Eintracht Frankfurt, Die Adler. A somewhat breakout season for the German outfit in the Europa League, only missing out on a spot in the final following a penalty shootout loss against eventual champions Chelsea. The Eagles also helped launch one of world football's soon-to-be great strikers into the mainstream, Luka Jovic. But having not won any significant silverware since 1980, excluding the 2018 DFB Pokal, and now losing Jovic to Real Madrid, there is real possibility that Frankfurt could once again fade into mediocrity. This is where we come in. It is our time to continue this momentum and make Eintracht Frankfurt into European champions. Today, of course, we rebuild Eintracht Frankfurt. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Today, we head back to one of my birth nations of Germany. Of course, I am mainly Australian, but I do have about a third of me that is German heritage, but we are headed to take over Frankfurt here. They have had a blowout season, such a huge season for them, but can we carry on the momentum and can we take them to the next level? This is a rebuild that I have been looking forward to doing for quite some time now, so hopefully you guys do go on to enjoy it. And if you do, make sure you leave a like on the video, and also if you are new around here, make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting lineup looks like for this first season. Definitely some strong points and definitely some room for improvement. Our strikers are damn good. For the first few seasons, I'm going to keep these two, Ante Rebic and Sebastian Haller. Kostic is good, it's just unfortunate he's only here on loan. Same thing with Trapp, only here on loan. Da Costa is a weapon, but overall there is a lot of work to do. Handy that we have Ndika. Probably will put him as one of our starting centre-backs in the second or third season. But regardless, my goals for this season are a new right midfielder, a new left back, and maybe if we have enough finance, a new centre defensive midfielder. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into the transfer business now with Frankfurt. So we kick this rebuild off with a player departure. We have sold Gelson Fernandez to Lyon for £5.5 million. So our first signing as manager of Eintracht Frankfurt is for the Spanish right midfielder, Oscar Melendo. He comes across from Espanyol for just £11 million. Welcome to Frankfurt, mate. And we have sold David Abraham to Valencia, £7.3 million for the Argentine defender. So I think that's a pretty sensible player departure. And we have decided to sign a new centre defensive midfielder here. I'm holding off on left back for the moment, and I've gone in for Tomas Susek, a Czech centre defensive midfielder. He's come across from Slavia Praha for £14.8 million. So not the most batshit crazy window to start things off, but still decent progress. We bring in Melendo and Susek and sell Fernandez and Abraham. And the good news is we still have £20 million to work with in the January transfer window. So I'll assess how we're going and make a call then. Probably go for a new left back, but let's see how things are trotting along on the 1st of January. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll take that. With 2 games in hand, we find ourselves sitting in second position. So if we win those 2 remaining games, we will technically be top of the Bundesliga and the league will be in our hands. I was thinking maybe like top 6, like getting back into Europa League football, because in real life, Frankfurt finished in 7th. At the moment though, we're in an awesome spot. If we can finish in the Champions League, I would be over the goddamn moon. So, Mönchengladbach top of the table right now. Leverkusen, Mainz, and Dusseldorf finding themselves in a pretty tough spot right now. And we have splashed the cash on a new left back. It is Junior Firpo coming across from Real Betis, another Spaniard to add to the squad. He joins us for £18.7 million. So there it is, just the one signing. It is Firpo, but it is a significant signing. Our starting 11 gets a little bit better. Whether it's a side that I think can win the Bundesliga, I don't know. But if we can make top 4, then I would be blown away. Absolutely blown away. So we were off the mark in terms of winning the Bundesliga, but that's alright because we're only in season 1. It would have been nice, but we finish in 3rd, which means we get to play Champions League football next season, which still, it blew my expectations. We finish in 3rd position. That is fantastic to see. No real surprises that Bayern Munich are the champions of Germany, but it is going to be Nuremberg and Dusseldorf automatically relegated with Augsburg in the relegation playoff. In the DFB Pokal, it was Bayern Munich taking down FC Cologne. Augsburg take down Union Berlin 3-2 on aggregate to survive the relegation match. We did unfortunately lose the German Super Cup at the start of the season against Bayern Munich. They've had a pretty good season, it's safe to say. Barcelona took down Inter Milan to win the Champions League, and Chelsea ended up winning the Europa League just like in real life. This time it was against the wrong side of North London. It was the different side, it was Tottenham. How did we go though? We didn't make semis, which is an L. We didn't make quarterfinals. We didn't make round of 16. Oh dear. We didn't make it out of the group. That is a big time L. So that is a fantastic start to life at Frankfurt. Not too sure why the board are pretty unhappy with us, but 3rd place in the Bundesliga, we'll definitely take it. Hopefully we get some good money for that. But let's move into season 2 with Eintracht Frankfurt. The second season here with Frankfurt begins with a player departure. We have sold the Swedish striker Branimir Hergotta to Braga for £6 million. So of course Kevin Trapp was only at the club on a 1-season loan spell from PSG. So we've gone ahead and brought in a new number 1. It is Bernd Leno returning to the Bundesliga. We have signed him from Arsenal for £32.5 million. And Jonathan de Guzman is headed back to England, back to the Premier League. This time it is not with Swansea City, it is with Everton. The Dutch midfielder signs there for £6.1 million. I am selling a lot of players here. We have a pretty old core, I would say. But it is going to be Felix Weidveld headed to Norwich City, £1.5 million for the German keeper. Another player gone, Timmy Chandler, the American, headed to La Liga, headed to Real Betis for £6.2 million. And Talab Tawatha has moved to another Bundesliga rival. It is Red Bull Salzburg, 1.9 million. Wait, no, Salzburg's in Austria. What am I talking about? I was thinking about Leipzig, but he's headed to Austria for £1.9 million. And another player, I'm trying to break a record here for most players sold in a rebuild, but Nikolai Müller is headed to Brighton and Hove Albion, still in charge with Chris Hughton, but he's headed to the Seagulls for £4.5 million. And we have splashed the cash again. I'm not taking any chances. I'm going hard to begin here. No foundations being laid, just superstars coming in, because we have signed Manuel Akanji from Borussia Dortmund, £37.2 million for the Swiss centre-back. So 2 quality signings into the squad here in Leno and Akanji, and a lot of talent out of it, but a lot of aging talent. So a very busy opening window here in season number 2. Can we go better than we did last season? That'd be nice, but we are in the Champions League this season, so we're going to have to go look at our group for season number 2. Didn't expect to be in this position so early. So it is definitely not an easy group here. We have Atletico Madrid, obviously ourselves, Fiorentina and Fenerbahce. So if we can get out of this group, I'd be quite impressed. You'd assume. It'd be a strategic guess or even an educated guess to assume that Atletico Madrid are getting out of this group. So hopefully we can get that second spot. Let's find out by getting to the end of the group stages. Let's go, lads. We have gotten out of the group along with Atletico Madrid, which is fantastic to see. So we're going to get a little bit of knockout round experience. And our opponent in the round of 16 is going to be... PSG. We're going to get some good experience facing them. A very tough opponent. Hopefully we can take down the French juggernaut and get ourselves through to the quarterfinals. But if I'm being honest, confidence isn't at an all-time high at that prospect. And on the 1st of January, we find ourselves in an alright position. We find ourselves in 4th in the Bundesliga. We want to make sure that we are hitting top 4 every season from here on in, but it's not comfortable at the moment. I mean, all the way down to, 11th place Werder Bremen. There's only 7 points between us, so a bad run of form and we could be mid-table with a very mediocre season ahead of us. So we need to make sure we are on point in the second half of the season. We are going to make our first pre-contract signing of the rebuild. This is someone I haven't signed for a very long time, if my memory serves me correctly, but in season number 3, Christian Eriksen will be joining us from Tottenham, coming across to Frankfurt. A little bit of a former North London derby about to kick off in season 3. Hopefully that doesn't affect team chemistry. I'm sure it won't because it's a bloody video game, but Christian Eriksen will be joining us next season, which I am stoked about. So just the one signing of Christian Eriksen. I say just, but Eriksen is going to take our squad to another level next season. Our squad's already looking quite good, and maybe this could be a rebuild that is going to go faster than I initially expected, but I'm having so much fun so far. This season's not even close to done, however, because we're going to get into the game in the round of 16 against PSG. Okay, so my expectations aren't super high. I'm just excited to see what we can do as we take on PSG here in the Champions League round of 16. The first leg is at home, so PSG getting their passports out and coming across to Germany, coming to Frankfurt. They've got a good side. They've added Alexander-Arnold, they've added Davies, Henderson, Mbappe was already there. I'm going to say Jesus, who has just been substituted off. So they've got a pretty ridiculous side, to be fair, PSG. I have zero hope heading into this, so the fact that it is still 0-0 is making me confident, but then Choupo-Moting had to go and ruin the vibe by getting an away goal off the bench there. So PSG have an away goal and the lead headed into the second leg. So we need to score a goal here in the away leg if we are any chance of getting ourselves a shock victory against PSG. They have an away goal. We've got an away goal nice and early there. Susek has made it 1-0 in our favour, 1-1 overall, so there's no away goal advantage for either side. Jesus puts them in front. But if we can get a second goal here, then we'll be ahead on away goals rule. Jesus has risen and given PSG a 3-1 lead. Firpo gets a red card. Lads, it's not looking good. Final 10 minutes here. I think, yep, there it is. I had a little bit of hope there. It's the hope that hurts here, lads. It's the hope that kills ya. We're eliminated in the round of 16 of the Champions League at our first time of asking. No, we have missed out on Champions League football again by 2 goddamn points, and it's to Stuttgart. Stuttgart finished just ahead of us, which is quite frustrating. Such a tight competition this season, so we're headed back to the Europa League, it looks like. Hoffenheim are going to be champions of Germany. Bayern Munich finishing down in 7th. And the relegated sides are Hamburg, the part of Germany where I'm from, and Freiburg, and then Hanover are in the playoff game. We lost in the final of the DFB Pokal again this season. This season we lose to FC Cologne. Hanover do survive relegation, however, taking down VfL Bochum 3-2 on aggregate. Atletico Madrid, the side that topped our group, topped the entire Champions League, taking down AC Milan 1-0 in the final. And it is going to be Liverpool who emerge as the winners of the Champions League or the Europa League this season. They take down Hoffenheim 3-1. Definitely ups and downs in Season 2. A good little bit of Champions League experience for us here. But I'm pretty upset that we haven't qualified again next season. But we're going to apply our trade in the Europa League. Hopefully go all the way in that competition. Welcome Christian Eriksen to the side and hopefully some other big name talent. We have began this third season signing a world-class left midfielder. Yannick Carrasco, his little spell over in China has come to a conclusion because he has now signed for us, Eintracht Frankfurt. £45.9 million is a fantastic sum for an 86 rated midfielder. Still a lot of time left in his legs, so he is a great pickup for our side. And only a few days later, we make a pretty significant upgrade to the right back spot, bringing Davide Calabria across from Tottenham for £35 million. So we are really building a nice squad here in pretty good time, I must say. A bit of a change of pace where we're not selling the whole bloody squad. We've got a nice young core now. No senior citizens in the squad. We've brought in Carrasco. We've brought in Calabria. This side is honestly, I reckon, a season or two away from honestly challenging for the Champions League. So making fantastic progress, but no Champions League this season in the Europa League. So the goal is top 4 qualification. Let's see how that goal is trotting along come the 1st of January. Yeah, that's good. We are sitting in 2nd position right now at the halfway point, or on the 1st of January. Sitting in 2nd spot, only 5 points safe in the Bundesliga top 4. Still in title race. Really, anything can happen in the second half of the season, but good start so far. Let's make sure though, and I know this is a very cliche line from me, it's a line that I say a lot, but let's turn those draws into wins. We don't have a ridiculous amount of money to work with in this January transfer window, but I have decided to go ahead and sign ourselves a backup centre-back because we really had no suitable replacements in case one of our starters got injured. So we've gone ahead and sourced out in Mexico, signing Cesar Montes from Monterrey for £8.1 million. So we're going to have a season of not a single player leaving the club because we haven't sold anybody this window, but we have brought in the Mexican defender Montes. So that is definitely going to help us out in the reserves, and it helps now because Ndika is injured. But will this side win the Bundesliga, and will this side qualify for Champions League football? Let's go find out the answer. So we have not won the Bundesliga here in our 3rd season with Frankfurt, but the most important thing has been achieved, and that is qualification for the Champions League in Season 4. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be a roughie to go ahead and win the Champions League next season. I mean, to be fair, we upgrade a position or two and get a few more players growing up, and there's no reason why we can't give it a good shot, but we'll find out next season. As we scroll down, however, it is going to be Dusseldorf and Union Berlin automatically relegated. Terrible season there for Union Berlin. And then Stuttgart, they had such a good season last season, now they're in the relegation playoff. And we lose in the DFB Pokal final for the 2nd straight season. This year, going down 1-0 to Bayern Munich. And Stuttgart are relegated, so from Champions League qualifiers to relegation to the 2nd Bundesliga, they go down, and it's Nuremberg coming back up. The Champions League was won by Manchester City. Like I said, very interested to see how we do next season. And we have won the UEFA Europa League this season, taking down Arsenal 2-1 in the Europa League final. How bloody good is that? So a big piece of silverware there. And even if we would have lost out on top 4 qualification, we would have been playing Champions League. But that is a big result there. A winner of the Europa League. And that's the first big piece of silverware for Frankfurt in a very long time. Their 2nd Europa League. That is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So that's exactly the type of response we wanted from this season. We're back in the Champions League. We've got a half-decent side. I am very excited headed into this 4th season with Eintracht Frankfurt. So we kick off our 4th season with someone that I actually tried to sign a couple of years ago before I ended up getting a kanji, but it is Davinson Sanchez. The 25-year-old comes across from Tottenham, £60 million on the dot. He is someone that I expect to be here for the remainder of the rebuild. So 2 player departures here, as we have sold Simon Follett to AS Monaco for £6.9 million and Almami Toure to AS Roma for £11.7 million. We are shaking things up in the midfield here. Thomas Susek is out of the club. We have shipped him off to AC Milan for £32 million. And the replacement for Thomas Susek is going to be the Croatian midfielder Mateo Kovacic, who is making the move across from Real Madrid for £56.3 million. So excited to have this guy in the midfield. So 2 86 rated weapons into the club, Sanchez and Kovacic. We have lost the services of Toure, Fillet and Susek, however, but this is what the starting 11 now looks like. It's really strong. I would say it's pretty balanced. We just need to upgrade probably the right mid spot. Melendo still has a lot of room to grow though, so hopefully he picks it up this season. But we are in the Champions League for season 4, so let's go and have a look at who we are coming up against. Definitely a very interesting group here. So obviously Barcelona, they stick out like a sore thumb right now. They are the team to beat in the group. And I would say, an educated guess, that it's going to be between ourselves and FC Porto for that final knockout round spot. But Porto could easily get there ahead of us. They are a good side, so we need to make sure we go well against them. So a lot of questions headed into this group stage, but we're going to put all those questions behind us as we simulate to the end of the group stages. Oh my god! We've not only made it out of the group, but we've done it with flying colors. We finished top of the group, not a single loss, 14 points, Barcelona finishing in second with 7 points, but we're through. And now the question is, who are we going to be versing in the round of 16? Let's find out. Tottenham, the runners-up from this season's Champions League. We're facing them in the round of 16. It's a so-so proposition. I mean, we've got Eriksen off of them, so... and Sanchez as well, actually, Davinson Sanchez. So, I don't know, man. I don't know whether to be happy or not about that one, but it's better than versing someone like a Barcelona, I guess. And things are definitely going to plan so far at the halfway point of the Bundesliga season, as we find ourselves sitting in first position on 34 points, but right now it feels like a 3-horse race between ourselves, Bayern Munich, no surprises there, and Bayer Leverkusen. Mark Stendara has been sold to West Ham United for £13.1 million. Desperately trying to put together some money to get in a new starting striker. No offers coming in for Rebic as of yet, but we have sold Frederic Renaud to Sassuolo for £12.3 million. And the Japanese centre forward Daichi Kamada is headed to Argentina, signing with Racing Club for, I believe it was, £11.5 million, so not a bad price there. And Ante Rebic has been sold. He's been a quality player for us throughout this rebuild, but it is time to take things up another level. He has been sold to Bournemouth for £41.4 million, a pretty significant price tag. And so that leaves us with 8 hours on deadline day now to pick up a suitable replacement. Let's go! We have got the man with the worst touch in football, but my god, I am still stoked to have Romelu Lukaku coming here to Frankfurt. 88 rated, age 28, one of my favourite players personally. We've signed him for £80 million. He's going to be so good for us this season and going forward. Honestly, we could go deep into the Champions League this season. So a lot of players out, but one player in, I think it's worth it. Romelu Lukaku into the club for £80 million. Stendera, Ronaldo, Kamado, and Ante Rebic all out of the squad. But this is a good looking team, to be fair. Let's see how we go against Tottenham in the round of 16. Can we get past the round of 16 for the first time? Alright lads, we're travelling away to the new Tottenham Stadium. They've got bloody Chris Smalling now. Big upgrade on Davinson Sanchez, that is. But here we go. We want to get some away goals on the board. Lukaku's first Champions League game with us. They've brought in De Vrij, Alaba, Ceballos. It's a good side. And Harry Kane has put Tottenham in front here in the round of 16 for season 4. But I'm not overly worried, because if we can get an away goal, we'll be in an awesome position. Half an hour remaining in this first leg. Come on, Lukaku, step up for us. Get us an away goal. Somebody get us an away goal. A yellow card to Calabria. Lukaku! Let's go! Romelu Lukaku gets us an away goal in the 84th minute, and we have a slight advantage now headed into the second leg. Alright, so it's time for the home leg now. A bit of a blow because Calabria has been suspended for this leg. But let's see what... oh, bloody hell! We had the away goal going for us, but Eric Dyer has taken that away from us in the second minute, so... If they score another away goal here, then we're in big strife. We need to get ourselves an equaliser though to send this, and we do. So Carrasco makes it 1-0. I was about to say to send it to extra time. Right now it's heading to extra time, but a lot can change in 15 minutes. Somebody step up and get us a winner in the final moments. No, we can't get one. We're in extra time. Are we headed to penalties? Not much happening here. 10 minutes remaining. Haller puts us in front. No! No, Christian. Oh no, Eric Lamela. Oh dear, you are kidding me. I was just getting ready to start going off my absolute rocker because I thought that Haller had put us into the quarterfinals, but Eric Lamela has stepped up and broken Frankfurt hearts. We're eliminated on away goals rule. The positive news is that the 3-horse title race that was happening at the 1st of January has now dwindled down to just 1, and we have absolutely rolled the Bundesliga this season. 15 points clear, which is pretty surprising given how tight it was at the start or the halfway point of the season. Of course, it was tight at the start of the season, but we have finished 15 points clear, which means we're going to get a boatload of money next season, and we are going to be, most importantly, playing Champions League football. Scrolling down, however, Nuremberg and Mainz are automatically relegated, with Augsburg in the playoff game. Leipzig, they're pushing their luck. VfL Wolfsburg, however, did win the DFB Pokal. Augsburg survive, only just taking down FC Union Berlin on away goals. We did lose the Super Cup at the start of the season, 3-1 to Manchester City. Atletico Madrid took down Juventus 2-1 in the Champions League final. How far did Tottenham end up making it? So they only made it to the quarterfinals where they lost 3-0 to Lyon. What is that saying about us? And PSG took down AC Milan to win the Europa League. So season 4 definitely had its ups and downs. Bundesliga champions, but a disappointing performance in the Champions League knockout rounds. We crack on to season 5 though, and continue this journey with Eintracht Frankfurt. A ginormous way to kick off season number 5 with Eintracht Frankfurt as we sign Jan Oblak from Atletico Madrid. The Slovenian goalkeeper joins us for just £76 million, which I'm actually pretty happy about. That's a good signing. We are not messing around this season, lads. Look at that. A new right midfielder, keeping it in Germany. It is Serge Gnabry coming across from Bayern Munich. £57.5 million. This guy is going to bolster our right-hand side so well. We know what we wanted to achieve, and we have set out and got it done. A new goalkeeper and a new right midfielder in the side. Gnabry and Oblak coming in. We have a very, very balanced side here at Eintracht Frankfurt, and I'm sure we are going to be one of the favourites to go deep in the Champions League this season. Let's go and check out our group this season. Hopefully we do better than last year. Well, there you go. Lyon, Spartak Moscow, and Basel in our group. We know Lyon have done well. They took down Tottenham last season, so definitely a group we're going to have to be on full performance for. We have to make sure we're playing well, but it's a group I fully expect for us to get out of. So let's go find out our fate in 3, 2, 1. Or should I say, 3, 2, 1. Good. We have done again. We have gone ahead and topped the group. Not as comfortable as last season, but nonetheless, it is qualification to the knockout rounds and our third opportunity in the round of 16. Hopefully we break that round of 16 curse. And who are we going to be versing this year? Is it going to be Tottenham again? No, it is going to be Lazio, a side that I very rarely come up against in the Champions League, but a side that we have to be a little bit cautious about. So very interested to see how we go this round of 16, but yeah, not too many words, just a goal, and that goal is to get out of the round of 16 and into the quarters and obviously beyond. And we want to go back to back as champions of the Bundesliga again, but it's very tight this season. Hopefully we break away like we did last season. Currently sitting in third spot, 2 points behind the leaders, which is Schalke. Stuttgart up there, Hoffenheim, Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund really nowhere in contention at the moment, but a lot of time left in the Bundesliga. And honestly, I had zero intentions of doing any business in this window, and I followed through on that intention. our side, our starting 11, even our bench, incredibly strong. We've got someone like Leno on the bench. We've got Ndika who continues to grow. Melendo. It is a very good side we've got here at Eintracht Frankfurt. Now the question is, can we break the curse of the round of 16 when we face Lazio? And if we do, can we go beyond? This is our time. We want to go all the way this season. We have hurdle by hurdle to overcome. And the first one now is Lazio. We travel away to Rome as we take on Lazio at the Stadio Olimpico. Let's pick up some away goals. Come on, fellas. They've got a decent side and they take the lead through Correa. The Argentine gives them the lead. That is not what we're after. Yes, we get an away goal. Our show of faith to keep Haller has paid off as he picks us an away goal. Melendo off the bench gets us a second goal there, which is absolutely brilliant. 2 away goals. That is good. That gives us a little bit of insurance. The third one would go down like an absolute treat, but unfortunately, we can't pick up a third away goal. 2-1 headed into the second leg against Lazio. 2-1 up here as we get into the second leg. Come on, are we going to break the round of 16 curse? Let's go, Frankfurt. 2-1 up, 2 away goals. That helps us a lot. But if they get an early goal, an early away goal, that definitely livens things up slightly. The only action so far, though, is yellow card to our French striker, Haller. They get an away goal, but we get a goal back through Romelu Lukaku. We are 3-2 up here. But if they get another away goal, then that will wipe out our advantage. But is Paciencian, however the bloody hell you pronunciate his name, getting us another goal. And there it is, lads. We finally break the curse. Headed through to the quarterfinals. 4-2 on aggregate over Lazio. Let's go. A big test now to see what we're made of, as we have been drawn up against Manchester City. I'm assuming they're going to have an absolutely stacked side at this point of the save. It's the Champions League quarterfinals, unfamiliar territory for us here at Frankfurt. Let's see how we go against Guardiola's Centurions. The first leg is at home, which is a little bit of a change of pace and a big blow, as Davinson Sanchez has suffered a suspension for this first leg. So Ndika comes in. Look at this side though from Man City. Belotti, Sane, Sterling, De Bruyne. Oh my god, it is a good side. Tar, someone I was looking at. So far, no action. 40 minutes into this one. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. Lukaku put us in front, but a big blow as Mendy gets them an away goal. Haller puts us back in front, though. Belotti gets them another away goal. Come on, man. They're getting 2 away goals now. And it's going to be all tied up as we head into the second leg away. We're going to have to score. No questions asked now. All right, here we go, lads. It is time for the away leg as we travel to the Etihad. A bit of a blow for the midfield here. Mateo Kovacic has been suspended. So what I have done is I have put Melendo into attacking midfield, put Eriksen into centre midfield. Hopefully it works out. We do need goals though. That is without question. We get an away goal and we take the lead. Haller has stepped up hella a lot. No, that didn't make sense, Jared. But regardless, Haller has given us the lead. And if we can hang on here, we will go through. Kanji gets us a second. Let's go. Come on, Frankfurt. We're going to the semi-finals. We've taken down Man City. We have stepped up when it really counts. What a performance. Jeez Louise, there are some big clubs remaining in the Champions League this season, and we have been drawn up against Juventus. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be a very, very tough team. We've already taken down Lazio, one Italian side, but now we have to take down another if we want a shot of facing one of the Spanish sides in the Champions League final. Alright, just like the City games, the first leg is at home. Very, very interested to see what sort of a side Juventus have. Is Cristiano Ronaldo still kicking about? We're back to a full-strength starting lineup. Ronaldo is on the bench. They've got Tammy Abraham up front, Bakayoko, Bentancur, Emre Can gives them the lead. This is such a good side here for Juventus. They've got Rafael Varane at the back as well. They've got an away goal though, which is not ideal in the slightest. Ronaldo comes on for Juventus. Firpo equalizes for us. Let's go. Our left back equalizes. And there it is. The full-time whistle is blown. And things are all tied up, headed into the away leg at Juventus Stadium in Turin. The equation is somewhat simple. I was going to say simple, but there are a few variables. Here we are though. in the away leg of the second leg, the Champions League semi-finals. We win here, we go to the Champions League final. We need a goal. That is simple, we get it, let's go Romelu Lukaku! The signing from last season, Lukaku, getting us in front. Juve's away goal wiped off the board. Let's get another one. If we get a second away goal, then Juve will have to score 3 goals total. They're running out of time. Haller makes it 2-0. We're going to the Champions League final, lads. How good has Sebastian Haller been for us across these knockout rounds? This guy was someone I was considering. I was debating upgrading the striker spot, but I said, you know what? He's been here since the start. Let's get it done with him, and he doubles our advantage and gets us through to the goddamn Champions League final. Let's go, baby. I think that was the exact same we had against Man City. 1-1 draw in the first leg and a 2-0 win in the second leg. How good. It is Real Madrid who win El Clasico and progress through to the Champions League final. We have a Luka Jovic derby in the Champions League final. Hopefully he's playing so we can get one up over him. But it is a huge, huge moment for the club. It's a huge moment here. 5 seasons deep. We've made it to the Champions League final. A lot of ups and downs. Will this be the time where we complete the rebuild? Taking a look around the other competitions, it's another derby. It's the Maurizio Sarri derby as Napoli take down Chelsea 2-1 to win the Europa League. And once again, we have just blown out the competition in the second half of the season, winning the Bundesliga. Oh, I just burped halfway through saying the Bundesliga, but we win the Bundesliga by 10 points over Hoffenheim. That is a great, great result. So if we lose tonight to Real Madrid, another opportunity in the Champions League in Season 6. Hoffenheim go second, Hamburg and Dusseldorf relegated, Freiburg in the relegation playoff. Hoffenheim do win the DFB Pokal. The relegation match has not yet been played, and we lost on penalties at the start of the season in the Super Cup. So Wolfsburg get that piece of silverware. So a full-strength starting lineup will be with us for the Champions League final, and I'm so excited to see what we can do. It's going to be interesting. We've got a very good side here at Frankfurt. Still room for improvement in my opinion, but definitely this is the last season for a lot of players. Eriksen definitely would love to see him win the Champions League. Haller's in there. Lukaku at age 30. A lot of 30-year-old players, or just about 30-year-old players, that we have to make sure we can get the Champions League final for this season. But let's get into it, lads. The Champions League final in season number 5. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Real Madrid.
Taking me down and out, you made it look like it was easy, so easy, lifting me off the ground. I'm moving on like it was easy.
Eintracht Frankfurt have not made the Champions League final since 1959, where they lost to, wouldn't you guess it, Real Madrid 7-3. It's time to rewrite the wrongs of the past. We're on the attack here, Real Madrid. They're going through. Oh, I've tried to intercept that one. Lautaro Martinez! Yep, we've been punished, and we deserve to do it as well. I brought out Sanchez trying to intercept that one. Martinez got the quick passing play to happen, and Real Madrid, with the first attack of the game, have taken a 1-0 lead here. An absolute rocket into the top corner there. Not good at all from us. Terrible defense. Not locked in yet in the opening 10 minutes. Look at this. I tried to intercept that ball there, but they read it perfectly, and that's a class finish, man. Lukaku going through Eriksen. Christian Eriksen. Quick response would be nice, and we get it. Let's go! Christian Eriksen, the man with the captain's armband, equalizes just 4 minutes later. Their defense parted like the Red Sea. What a beautiful run there. Casemiro had to drop back. You never expect that when your attacking midfielder pushes up so high. The defense not paying attention. Lovely finish, and that is exactly the response that we're after. Here we go, Haller. Beautiful ball over the top to Serge Gnabry. I was tempted to put that one in early, but we're going to La Croqueta our way through. We've sent them on a bloody quest. We're still in here though. I'm trying to concentrate and get ourselves back in, or get ourselves in front. We're going to hit that one. Haller putting it just wide. Damn it, we've overextended ourselves again. It's happened a lot in this game. We're just trying to jockey up against Vinicius. I've gone for the lunge in. Vinicius has absolutely destroyed us there. But thank our lucky stars, the miss is wide. Here we go. Junior Firpo scored a few crucial goals for us this season. Haller though, through to the goal scorer Eriksson, who somehow still has possession. Trying to find somebody now. Just passing it back and forth. Eriksson through to Serge Gnabry. Drags it back. We love a drag back. Look how much space we have. We've hit the post from there. How did he have so much space, Serge Gnabry? We should have scored. Here we go. Haller. Oh, beautiful ball. Lukaku. I've taken that too wide. What a save, though, from Courtois. I stuffed that up. I took that touch. That last touch with Lukaku, I took it too wide. Good defense from Calabria. Beautiful stuff. A silent achiever Calabria has been for us in this rebuild. Oh, we get a lucky bounce, though. Gnabry. Let's put it on Lukaku's head. Why is Lukaku there? It falls to Haller. Oh, fingertip save from Thibaut Courtois. Gnabry, looking for some love. Goes to Eriksson. We stuffed the momentum of it up, but we're still on here. Kovacic. La Croqueta. Beautiful stuff. Going back and forth. Lukaku. Get that. Carrasco scores it. Let's go. Finally, our momentum comes to life. One of the scrappier goals we'll probably ever score. But this Champions League final, it has been such high energy. We're celebrating with the ball girl there for some reason. But we have taken the lead here with just over 20 minutes to play. That was Lukaku's goal to score. Thankfully, it falls right to Carrasco, who belts it past Courtois into the roof of the net. Not the greatest of finishes in terms of placement, but in terms of power, world class. They're on here, Real Madrid. They've got a few decent numbers. Lautaro Martinez going through there. It's fallen to Asensio. Puts it wide. Thanks for coming, mate. They're on the attack here, Real Madrid. Squeaky bum time. 2 minutes remaining. They've played a shocker of a ball. Thanks for coming, Hakimi. But he's won the ball back there. Oh, dear. Yes, Kovacic wins the ball. Clear that. There it is. We have won the Champions League final with Eintracht Frankfurt. Our long-awaited return to German football has come to a conclusion. What a side we have built. What a rebuild it was. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. I will see you for the next one. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.
Times. One smoke, just a couple more times. One blow, just a couple more lines. Me, I'm just on my mission. All black, everything politicking. I'm just painting, but I want y'all to listen. Cause my choice can determine my decision. Look what I'm rocking, they looking, they talking. Flow is like butter, I cook with it often. No satisfaction, I'm needing it more. All of this action, I'm keeping it raw. I came to work, they came to party, though all by myself. Calling my calling flow, open your mind. Look at my moves. What do you see when you look at my shoes? They don't see all of the walking it took to blossom from being a pawn to a rook and beyond. All black and I'm calm. King boy from here. See when you look at me now, everyone looking, they looking around. Ever since I put a foot on the ground, been in the kitchen, I'm cooking it down. What do you see when you look at me now? Everyone looking, they looking around. Ever since I put a foot on the ground, been in the kitchen, I'm cooking it down. one track mind. Wanna roll with the squad, get fly. Wings up on an all black eye. When it's done, meditate all night. Shorty got a one track mind. Wanna go just a couple more times. Want smoke just a couple more times. Want blow just a couple more lines.